Hello, hello. Hoping it works out. Now I don't know what to do for sure. We'll see what it's about. Shit. Sigh. The thing is, I mentioned to a friend that I have to sell my house and my car, and he's messaging me now, and I thought it was just like something that he was like, yeah, yeah, you know. I just fucking have a clue if the guy was actually working on it or not. So he messaged me yesterday. I've yet to message him back because I didn't see it till later in the day, and it's 6 in the morning currently. I don't want to bother him too early, but um, hope it's in regards to the car, not the house, because the house is a bit too soon for that. And a car, I think, would be a lot easier to try and sell, you know, versus like a whole house. It's like the process is, you know, and plus, if I can sell the car, I might, you know, I might give me enough money to make it through all this, and I won't have to worry about it. But I don't know. So we'll see. So if it's the car, yeah. If it's the house, we're gonna have to wait at least a little while. Um, yeah. I wish I didn't have to, man. But I'm in a tough spot and no end in sight. You know, there's not one like fragment of things looking like they're getting better. So it's kind of silly of me at this point to not to be like, oh well, in the past, what did we think things were gonna play out by now? And they almost 2 years later haven't. So it would be silly to think that that's going to happen anytime soon. So I'm not attached to the thing, you know, just it was the process more or less that I was since the past and all that. Like, how hard is it going to be to find it? That's even if that's what he's talking about, that he might not even be talking about that. In all reality, he might be talking about the house, and if that's the case, I can't necessarily sell the house yet. To say get that close to winning, you're fucking my 17-0. Ain't no way. But to say get that close to the end of the battleground, the guy almost killed me. Fucking shit. So I told him, I said, yeah, it depends on in regards to what, man. If it's about the, I haven't say specifically, but I said if I know more about what it is that he's trying to do, then yes. Awful. Yeah, I don't know about all that. But if he fucking, the guy is a friend, man. If he wants a cheap car, can find somebody that's willing to go, like, despite the fact that we know it's not stolen or anything, just to make my peace of mind, man. Like, what I wouldn't do for peace of mind. It's been a while since I've had peace of mind, really. It's been a while. And it fucking takes its toll on you. That's the thing, is like, I'm dealing with all this shit by myself. I haven't had anyone to, like, do anything with for 8 years now. So I've been riding solo, unfortunately, for a while. And these last few years have been, like, crazy tough, just based on the market conditions and everything else. And, like, really trying to make something work. And then it's just, it makes it slightly more difficult than just going through some shit on your own or with somebody else or whatever. But the thing that is frustrating is that, not that I expected anybody to be there for me either. That's the thing. Like, these are decisions that I made, obviously. Like, I'm not sitting there like curse the world for this shit. Just yeah, I made these decisions for sure. It's just it's tougher. I'd say it's tougher than I thought it would be, but it's just taking longer than I thought it would be, or than I thought it would take. And there's been some other shit in the middle of all this, and unforeseen variables that have complicated things. And I'm fucking trying. Wow. But if it's the car, like, yeah, that's fine with me. I don't give a shit about any of this stuff. I really don't. It's just the hassle, and it's like the hassle is what bothers me. I give a shit about any of this stuff. I really don't. I was living in a shed before this, right? I don't give a shit. An apartment, anywhere, it didn't really matter. You can see what I do with it, like just hang out and do fucking nothing all day. For the time being, anyway. I might tell him I just have to wait. I mean, it's super nice of the guy, dude. Like, when I get him on my feet and shit, I'll pay the guy just for being, friends don't have to pay each other, that kind of thing. But anyone that's had it there for me when I was going through all this shit, man, I really have an admiration and appreciation for anybody that's, like, done something. I mean, even in small gestures, man, like, the smallest things, I'm keeping track of all of it. You know what I mean? And I know it's not like, oh, well, you're supposed to blah, 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 or whatever. Like, that's not the point. The point is that there's a certain type of person, they're only motivated by greed and money and making money and doing this, that, and the other thing. And when I find someone that does the right thing, even when there's not a dollar incentive to it, I'm like, well, I've a big surprise for you, guy. Like, I got a whole world of shit for you, when the time's right. It's just currently I've had to take some calculated risk here and invest in appropriate accordingly. And that means that I have to go without some shit for a while, and that's fine. I'm used to having nothing at all. So, in all honesty, the type of shit that I do for people, it's just, and I hate to bother anyone, dude. I hate to be a nuisance, or like to require anybody's headspace, or to take people away from what they're doing on a daily basis or whatever. But I guess, not to say like, well, as much as I do for people, I would expect people to do more, you know, and I guess maybe that means I'm doing too much, but when I find anyone that's willing to even just lift a finger, I am so greatly appreciative that I can't put it into words necessarily, you know, because it's so impossible to find, dude. You have to imagine the people that I've dealt with. So he might think he's just helping some schmuck in a tough spot or something, but really, like, you know, it's much more important than that. Whether or not he's the type of guy that knows it, but um, even here recently in crypto and stuff, like I've mentioned this to just publicly, like, you know, just in general statements, like tweets and whatever, to say like you might have thought that you were just doing the right thing, right? It's like little did you know, right? In a lot of ways, I choose to put myself in these positions to see what myself is made of and what other people are made of too, you know. And really, I found some good people, and like I have kept track of all of the people that did the right thing from early on. And the fact of the matter is that they did the right thing before they even knew some of the things that we learned here in the last year to 6 months or whatever. Like they were doing the right thing even then, like when it wasn't helpful or wasn't immediately beneficial, just because, right? Like, and I have to say, like that's going to be tremendously helpful to yourself financially, spiritually, mentally, your career, whatever you want to call it, not your persona, but your integrity and things like that. Like these things are all, you know, going to be helps by that, and I just wish it was. I wish it was something more tangible now, obviously, but that, you know, I'm sure we all do, right? Yeah, and I think anyone understands that when the time's right, um, how different things are going to be after this. It's like, yeah, it's like nothing's going to be the same kind of shit ever again, right? And like I say, I hate to sit here and like air my fucking whatever, but in all honesty, whatever. I'm a person, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not the type of person that likes to live this kind of veiled existence. You know, this is life, and these are hardships, and that's how things are. And anyone trying to tell you that it shouldn't be this way, sometime in your life, is lying to you and setting you up for failure. You know, so I feel it's important now for people to see this, if they do or don't in the future or whatever, to see that, yeah, no, like this wasn't all just for show. This wasn't me just pretending. Like, no, fucking, I went through all these things, and sometimes people get to see the end story there, and they think like, oh, well, they say that this guy went through all these hardships and this trouble and this, that, and the other thing, but did he really? You're like, yeah, they always say that after the fact because it makes them sound good, but no, like, here's proof that I actually did do the shit. The frostbolts seem like they're hitting harder. God damn it. I hate when I try to sheep someone, I see a dot put on them. Yeah, but like at the end of the day, like if I can give the guy my car, I give a family my home. I've done it before. Yeah, my neighbors are living in a home that I bought, you know, and they just fucking skip town on this shit, I guess. But yeah, I'm the type of guy. They had an obligation that they failed to meet, and I haven't been the prick that I could be about it yet. So we had a contractual work agreement, and that would be his payment. And then they got the home, and then said fuck you, called the cops on me, had me swatted and everything else. Um, Tried to set me up, tried to get me framed, caused a bunch of property damage, let people steal all my shit while I was in jail, fighting the case that they framed me for. Yeah, so yeah, they're living in a $500,000 home I purchased them, right? So I've got a reason to be pissed about things. And I haven't been as much of a prick about it as possible, because the way they did it is like it's going to take some time. And right now I'm not financially equipped to fight that battle, which it will be a legal battle, right? Obviously, versus their end of it, which would be the illegal criminal battle that I'm not trying to fight with a bunch of thugs right now for multiple reasons, right? Like, well, mostly because violent, dangerous, stupid idiots are violent, dangerous, and stupid, and I'm not allowed to defend myself because of what the government says. So I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. The cops have already said they don't take my police reports. I've gone to every authority you can possibly go to about the matter, and they've said, well, there's just nothing we can do about it. I'm like, okay, we'll get there eventually then. Not to mention putting a mother and her kid on the home out of a home homeless because of her idiot husband. It doesn't necessarily seem fair, you know. But that would be the reality, and I'm not necessarily that type of guy, even if it means me being homeless first, you know. So it's kind of shitty. So I'm just trying to trying to make it work. Really? It's awfully nice, man. People are cheering me up. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I really do. This has been rough. Like, I don't think quite literally, like, people fully understand, like, what the fucking years and years ago, like, dealing with the Department of Justice, the FBI, the Securities Exchange Commission, corrupt local politicians and officials, judges, juries, cops, and then local attorneys that were corrupt. On like, I had so much on my plate, and I did all this shit by myself, and it was just, fuck, man, was it hard? You know what I mean? They came on down on me. They came down on me like I tried to plot a goddamn terror attack. They really did, and then they were like, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. You know, I made it through it. Nothing happened, obviously, because I didn't. You know, but meanwhile, the real terrorists, right? The thing that bothers me tremendously is like, for people that know my past, I'm not going to mention it here. It's a fucking annoying process. You know, it's shitty, right? Um, Not necessarily true, but another guy in town that's kind of like me has had legal troubles in his past and everything else. I was in jail with a guy, and he had the exact same story that I did. So like, I have two like people that have been discriminated against for one reason or another by local law enforcement, and they're doing the exact same thing to this group of people. I don't care if it's what color of his skin or what he votes or whatnot, right? That's discrimination, correct? Well, they did it to me, and they did it to him, and they keep doing it to these people, targeting them, using lawfare, trying to wreck and ruin their lives to try and make us move from where we live, right? Like, get you out of town kind of shit. Um, they did everything besides burn a cross in my front yard. They did take their goddamn truck when they showed up at my home without a warrant, parked it in my grass, tore up the lawn, fucking destroyed my home, cut open my couches, punched holes in the walls looking for things, um, stole everything that I owned, and then planted probable cause after the fact. And they did the exact same thing to somebody else. The same town, same cops, just to numerous people, you know. So talk about rough, man. Shit's not easy for anyone, and they'll have to account for it eventually because shit will get figured out, you know. But like I've got them on camera brandishing a firearm, waving it around in my face, trying to intimidate me, threatening me. Like, you aren't the first people to do this to me, and you weren't the last ones to do it to me. You know, go figure. Y'all work for the same people. So anytime anyone shows support, man, I'm not like what's the thing here? Type of person that needs like a lot of um, cheering on and all that stuff. But I like to see, you know, that people are like understanding and on board with the shit because it's been rough, man. It's tough on me. I know when I get through all this, I'll be like, yeah, you people were there the entire time. I get it, but I just counterspell that guy's blizzard. How the fuck did he? Oh, was there another mage there? Zero kills after all of that, right? Really? God damn it. You know, I've tried to help all these people with cryptocurrency and stuff. I basically my door is open for everybody but the cops. You know, um, I've sat and spent most of my like if take people out to lunch, pay for it. You know what I mean, and to help educate people on cryptocurrency. I've done that to like half a dozen people or more. Anyone that ever asked me to, I'm like, yeah, I've got my fucking doors open to to teach people about the shit, right? And some people have taken me up on the offer, and they were always, you know, super thankful. You know, I just, um, yeah, I don't know. I enjoy helping people. Not to say this guy does or doesn't, but it's just why is it so fucking impossible to find anybody that like? Well, I don't lift my fingers unless there's a dollar amount attached to it. This is about the thing. I mean, it really has helped me see that like all these people I thought talk out of both sides of their head, right? Like something I wasn't super familiar with, and I mean, despite the fact that I've been to prison and everything, there's a lot of people that are pieces of shit there that this idea that like they'll just tell you how it is. So even when I got out of prison, I'm like, why are you telling me this and doing something totally different? I'm like, I'm not even used to that. You know what I mean? I'm used to people basically like if they're gonna try and hurt you, they're gonna tell you they're gonna try and hurt you or whatever. Uh, they're not like, oh well, I'm gonna tell you that I'm not going to, and then I'm gonna try to. You know, like snakes and stuff. I'm like, at least in prison, you knew who your enemies were. You know, and there's like that con code kind of like you don't say you're gonna do something unless you're gonna do it. You don't sit there and tell somebody that you're about something if you're not about it, right? And when I got out of prison, I'm like, well, I'm used to that, unfortunately. And the idea that at some point in time, though, these people that are here are like a fucking a den of snakes, dude. They'll tell you one thing and do the total opposite. I'm like, I'm not used to that, you know, for better or worse, you know. At some point in time, you at least like the honesty of like knowing what it is that you're trying to deal with versus like like a lawyer saying they're going to help you and then do all this shit and then just take your money and close up shop, you know, and act like they don't owe you shit, like promise to make help you in a legal battle and then find out that they were just lying to you to try and get in your pockets and everything, and pieces of shit, man. Really. And they'll be investigated at some point in time because it's very very touch and go situation is all. Fuck. I've had cops actually sit down and ask me and go, "You're not from here. Why don't you leave?" And then make fun of me. You know what I mean? Some petty shit. You know, stuff that you would say is like, well, it'd be petty of me. It's even more petty of you to say it, but shit that would qualify as sexual harassment from police officers and stuff. Like you just have to have a goddamn opinion. You know, you just have to run your cocksucker. You find out the hard way eventually. They always do. Like, so they're, yeah, so they're, you're not from here, your family's not from here, why don't you just leave? I'm like, well, because I'm an American citizen. I know, like, as much of a problem as you might have with that, as much as you don't acknowledge it. Like, no, I've got a right to live here. I don't care how many cops you send to my home waving pistols around my face or not. I'm an American citizen. Not a terrorist, not an illegal immigrant, not a criminal. You know, you guys have made it very untenable for me. But yeah, I'm not a piece of shit. You don't need to come here stomping through my front door like the fucking Gestapo. I've done nothing wrong. And yeah, I know sometimes they have a problem with that. I'm like, okay, well, we'll figure out eventually. People will get to sniffing around and wondering what the fuck has happened here, and they'll figure it out. shit. I thought we had those guys. I was gonna do cars on last night and end up like fucking woke up way too early the day before, went to bed early, and Fuck. I ran out of mana. Son of a bitch. That's a neck and neck game almost. Whoever gets this flag looks like if they hold it, we hold two, we win, right? Oh my god, look, their whole team's there. If our only option here is... Oh my god, their whole team's there. God damn it. God damn it. That's not a great start. Don't pummel me. Yikes. Gotta keep them off the flag. Even if they cap it, I think we still, if we hold two, because they lost one for a second, right? Oh man, that's rough. We won. Epic. These fucking people. You're making me blush. Really, resist? God damn it. Ever get to move? Fuck me running, dude. I was stunned the entire time. And that can't happen. That shit's lame. keyboard, god damn it. Keyboard screwed up. My shift keys kind of sticky. When I was when I was younger, this guy Morley, of all people, dude, got along great. He had his emo roommate that always deleted his gear and was like, anyway, and he used to make he was funny as shit, right? He'd make PvP videos where it was just him running around hammering people. Like he didn't tell like a whole lot of people. Like if you didn't know him, you would think, God, this guy's fucking shitty. But he used to make PvP videos where it was just him running around hammer wrathing people and like to the song "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins. So it was all nothing but him like dueling people half his level and like slow motion throwing the hammer, and it was like to the song "In the Air Tonight." He even made a video making fun of me. He called me gay because he got a Nintendo Wii or something, and Nintendo Wii allowed you to play YouTube. I guess it was like the first game system that you could put things on like YouTube or whatever. Yeah, picking on someone, dude. I wish I knew where that guy was up to these days. He was super funny. Gay, gay, gay. Well, I was convinced when I was younger. I posted a picture of myself in my guild forums before I knew that the internet was just nothing but a cesspit of Roblox predators, right? Can't do shit about it. Can't do shit about it. That guy really wanted to kill me. Anyway, I'll be right back. Hello. Fuck. Couldn't just take your ball and go home on that one, could you? That was weird though. The other day, I was running around. Hit a really cute black girl with him though. This they was running. I told you this yesterday. I was walking by the lake or whatever, and this truck full of black people pulls up, and they're like, "Do you know how to get to the marina? Where we like? Oh yeah, the marina. You have to all the way to the end of the block, turn right, 2 exits down, all that stuff." They're like, okay, but like where the boats are? I'm like, yeah, that's where the boats are. He's like, well, we really just want to go fishing. Where can you go fishing? I'm like, just right down there. There's a common area. The guy looked just like Scottie Pippen. He could have been his twin brother with dreadlocks, dude. It was pretty funny. I'm like, what the fucking Twilight Zone Matrix kind of shit is this, right? I'm like, 6 months ago, that guy was out on his boat. It looked like the lake that I live on, with his feet kicked up in a lawn chair or whatever the fuck it was. And I'm like, am I in some sort of fucking time loop kind of thing? I'm not kidding, dude. Just yesterday, I'm like, I just glitched in the Matrix, dude. I just saw this shit on, like, just a few months ago, this exact thing. I'm like, isn't that weird? You don't think that's weird? Now, if you were to be able to splice it all together like a movie, it would quite literally look like he was here on the boat, his boat on this lake. But, if, so I'm like, when I say that I'm out of sync with time, like, and Elon Musk knocked up my mom, I'm telling you, I think there's something to it. I'm not kidding. Because some of the weirdest shit happens to my mom, right? Some of the weirdest shit happens to me. And Elon too, probably. Weirdest shit, like poop with Skittles in it. Yeah, that's some weird shit, dog. Poop with cigarette butts in it. How'd you get the cigarette butts in the poop? Poop with Skittles sticking out of it. Dice, dice and Legos. You eat a bunch of handful of dice and Legos. Technically, they're just called die, which I've never understood. Never understood how that worked. That's some weird shit, dog. Yeah, my life is strange, but it was very weird because they very specifically asked where the boats were. And I'm like, I remember watching that guy get on his boat and kicking his feet up like 6 months ago, like the end of fall, like fall last year, right? 10 months ago, whatever it was, when it was still warm outside where he lives, probably, or if that was an old clip or whatever. Um, and the guy looked just like him, not dreadlocks, but like mid-row, kind of not full dreads, but kind of like Anyway, I was like, man, I've always wanted to meet Denzel Washington. I can't believe it's him in the flesh, driving around my neighborhood. And then the girl in the back rolled the window down. I'm like, holy shit, dude, Denzel, there's two Denzel Washingtons? Are you kidding me? In the same car? How is that even possible? Have you ever seen the whitest kids you know sketch with the Forrest Whitaker? God damn it, that was funny. You, so which one he's not? Which one? Sorry, I just got back from the doctor. Turns out I've got this condition where I think everybody's Forrest Whitaker. Shit you can do against a rogue with a fucking cloak, dude. Other than if they resist while they're in cloak, does it still knock them out of stealth, or do they have to do something? Yep. So it was like a time thing. How weird is that? Yeah, I hadn't gone out for a while. I went a couple days ago, but I haven't been going outside for walks as frequently. I've been doing it on the treadmill, and yeah, I hadn't expected to see someone look like Scottie Pippen driving around. That's all. I guess. What day of the week is it? Typical Tuesday, I guess. Yesterday. What do you even do with a Cloak of Shadows rogue? Time your frostbolts better? Still try knowing that there's like a 5% chance that it hits. Oh shit. Where is he? I got my goggles on and everything. Where'd he go? Sneakerton. Yeah, but normally people would say, well, that's not weird. I'm like, yeah, I guess you don't know what the fuck weird is. Weirder than fucking poop filled with Skittles. I know that much. Oh yeah, the thing I saw on TikTok earlier, they're like, oh, Will Arnett and Jason Bateman go at it over whether or not everybody poops or whatever. I'm like, that's like their shtick. The most retarded people on planet Earth thought they were actually arguing. He's like, I refuse to answer that question. You know, like, oh, Will Arnett uh, lashes out against Jason Bateman over poop questions, whatever. I'm like, well, I got to hear this, right? Right. They want to know if Will Arnett's ever seen me poop, right? Yeah, I'd probably really get along with Amy Poehler. I need to name my hunter Amy Poehler, but I did Trey Flay Parker instead. I got to make a hunter. I don't really want to play a hunter though. The name has to be relevant. Flay Parker's pretty good. Right. Like, but if you listen to it, you're like, the type of person that believes that they were actually fighting is the type of person that probably doesn't know who either of those people are, right? Oh my God, these guys are gonna get me. I understand the assignment though. It's the fucking, of course, my fucking team isn't where they should be. I'm gonna give them the flag. I saw somebody there in the middle and thought, okay, I'll keep them out of the middle, and you can pick the flag. And I guess they had a different plan. Fuck. I wish I had Mass Dispel, dude. I'd love to have fucking Mass Dispel. It'd be so helpful. I should be there. I have a priest. I'll have a priest eventually. That'll probably be the next thing I level. We might start leveling it here soon. Well, I guess let's farm a little bit then. Alright, the storms. We're just farming PvP gear. It's like my PvP bracers. I'm actually wearing my PvE bracers. They're like the same thing. So let's see here. Why did it do that now? Why the fly? What the fuck? What? What just happened? God damn it. It doesn't know which bracers are which, that's why. I got two pairs of identical bracers. One has a different enchant. What the fuck? Why? Why do that? So, get the wand. Fucking my wand is equipped. No, where's the other thing? Yeah, me too. In all honesty, I might, if I sell it to him, I might say like, hey, is there any, find someone to buy it, like, will you sell it back to me in a few months, possibly? You know, give you an extra few grand more than what you paid for it. You know, if I end up, might be a possibility or something. Some people just don't like messing with it though. I'm torn whether or not I even should do it to begin with. Really, I just need to slightly something more tangible as far as any of this is concerned before I can just like risk not doing anything about it, because it's been years now. You know, it'd be silly of me. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not in a great headspace currently, so making a decision right now isn't the best idea. But um, we'll see. No, wrong button. Fuck. Well, I should keep it sheeped. How did I not aggro that? The fuck was that? How did I not aggro that? That's odd. I hate I hate unfinished business, dude. Not unfinished business, but like things I'm like I just need an answer. I hate that I'm that way, dude. I'm the worst in the world about it. sucks with Shadow Priest. They can Shadow Ward death. I'm trying. Today's particularly rough. Just I don't know what to do. I'm always in a predicament. Just go with the flow, I guess. I wish I knew. I wish I had answers, right? That's the one thing. It's like, for a person like me, what's even more difficult than the reality is the fucking not knowing. You know what I mean? If I were in a different position, I would have more answers, you know, and I can make more decisions. It's just when you're having to make just blind decisions, it's when you're in a tight spot, it makes it 10 times worse. You know. it's a different type of. Each person has a different. You know what I mean? Like I always say, I'm not saying it's terrible. I mean, it is. It is the worst, but it's not like. The thing is, like, everybody has their own shit to conquer, right? That's all. Say like it was any more or less hard for other people to make hard decisions. You know, we just. I don't even know what the thing is yet. You know, like I would love for it to be something that gives me peace of mind, right, over anything right now. Uh, I don't even know what it is. I mean, if he's like wanting to come over to see the house and see like put the sign in the yard and all that stuff, that we can't necessarily do that part yet. You know what I mean? So we might even. But then again, I'm like, but if it is the car, as much as I don't want to, man, it would be such a sigh of relief to have just a few more months. You know. God damn it. Yeah, and that's one of the things. Like, for all it's worth, I feel like, as far as being like an open book with people, like, well, I mean, I only get one opportunity to really show myself to people, and if that means there's times where I'm a human too, it's whatever. You know, I don't mind being human. I prefer it, right? It might get me made fun of or whatever, but I don't care. Um, so there's always that. Because at some point in time, hopefully in the future, people will see all this shit and say like, yeah, no, like regular guy, first and foremost. I think it's dishonest to say like I said the other day, where these people go like, yeah, and I just so callously did this, that, or the other thing, and ended up a millionaire, and I didn't even have to think about it. I work like an hour a month, you know. It's like it's not true usually, and people that pretend that they somehow have some magic power or whatever, it's not often being honest about the reality of the thing, right? Unless of course you do actually have magic powers, in which case you'd probably be more humble. If you really had magic powers, you'd probably be pretty humble, right, guys? But God damn it. I'll be right back in a minute. Some more water. Hello. What's this guy doing? What is going on here? trying to see if that was the tier 5 shoulders or the PvP shoulders. Well, I've got 18 of them. I would like to get 20 and sell 20 on the auction house, but open. Okay, so it was in regards to the house, so I had to tell him like I can't do that yet, man, but I can still show him the place and all that, and so he has a better idea. Like, I mean, that's like on the roadmap. You know what I mean? It's just it can't be my first go-to just because it's such a process. Yeah, the thing is, I didn't know how serious he was about the shit. I really didn't. You know what I mean? Because some people are like, yeah, yeah, you know, like, and then they fucking find out they're not trying to do something. You know what I mean? You're like, yeah. So I didn't necessarily uh, tell them, you know, when I anything. So I just selling a home right now is like the hardest part of it all, you know. But it's not the worst. It's just it's the hardest thing I can do about it, right? Like having to pack up and leave, and like the amount of shit that I have to pack up, I have no fucking clue, like where to even start with the shit. So selling a car makes way more sense, right? Oh man. Well, got a lot on my mind. Yeah, man, I really like. I would have said something to him sooner, but I mentioned it, and he's like, "Yeah, yeah." And then I mentioned it like a while ago, and then I never just I didn't know if he was for sure. Um, yeah, I guess I don't really fucking know. God damn it, dude. I hope he's not disappointed. I'll make it up to him eventually. I don't know how serious, considering like I don't think he fucking had to lift a finger or do any paperwork or anything. Obviously, I think he just wanted to kind of see where the place was at. So I can still show you around. I just can't sell it today, you know. Hypothetically, of course. I'm glad he's gung ho about it though. That's awesome. That means if I do get to that point where I go, okay, well, I just fucking car won't sell. People are being ignorant about the shit, I guess. Whatever. Don't know a good deal when they see it. You know, when I get down to like the last 60 days or whatever, and the car doesn't sell and everything else, I can. I mean, we are getting there. Roughly. So I guess it's good news and bad news, right? It's middle ground news, I guess. The Middle Ground News Network. Goddamn guys wearing cardboard for armor. Mr. Cardboard Armor. I'm one primal fire away from having 20 one mote of fire away from having 20. I'm like I'm one mote of fire away from having what I need here. And these dicks show up. Ooh, got your insta summon there, and now you're dead. Ooh, I saw you trying to do it, but you couldn't. Wish I had my PvP gear, but I don't have any of my PvP gear with me. I took it all off and put it in the bank so I had room to farm. Yeah, there we go. That's what I fucking try to get 20. Oh man, I'm exhausted today, dude. I don't know what the fuck it is. Just a rough day, that's all. First thing this morning was all that. I'm like, fuck, you know. Anyway,